Saquon Barkley, after being put on the cover of the latest Madden video game, says, I feel like I'm going to retire one day, just like Barry Sanders. Could be next year. Could be 2 years. Could be 4 years. But I'm just going to be up and gone. Barry was my favorite player, but that's probably how I'm going to leave the game. And I was like, good thing you got paid. Because like Micah Parsons talking about this openly, probably not the best negotiation for you with your next deal.
We talked about this earlier this week with Ragnow. Like Frank Ragnow retires from the Lions. He's 29. He's not the first one from the 2018 draft class to retire. Barkley was 2017, so he's already lasted a year longer than a bunch of those guys. But this has become like a consistent mindset, it seems like. And I don't know.
Money's so stupid.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is this isn't even, these guys who are doing this right now are not even from the NIL era yet. Like the more that NIL era players come in here and they've been making money since they were 18, a lot of times in high school, some of these guys, if they were big enough prospects, like the more money that they're making, are they going to get around and go, I'm tired of this. I can walk away at 28, 29. And I think the issue here, the fallout from this is going to be, I think you're going to start seeing teams that just say, we're not doing second contracts. Some team will try out, we're not doing second contracts at all. Like, we're going to eliminate them. We're just going to try to win in 4-year windows. And we're going to try to recycle every 4 years, try to pick up comp picks. You draft guys, you let them walk, you pick up the comp pick, you don't invest all that money in them only to potentially have them go, I think I'm tired of this 2 years in.
Well, you know, he could say this, and that's cool, but, I mean, as a running back, I mean, his shelf life is so low. Anyway, like he may not even have more than a couple of years left. Oh, yeah, I can try. I might retire in 2 years. Might be 4. Yeah, probably because you're going to be forced out of the league like every other running back at 30.
This is Saquon with the actual comments.
I'll probably be one of those guys that it'll be out of nowhere. Like, I'll probably just wake up one day, whether it's next year or 2 years or 4 years, like, and just be like, yeah, it's over. I don't think I will ever lose that passion. The competitive nature is always going to be there, but I like probably my favorite player of all time is Barry Sanders. So probably similar to that. Maybe one day, like, it'll be out of nowhere. I'll probably be balling and just be like, yeah, call it quits.
Cool. Good for us. Roll out. Speaking of Micah Parsons, who has said, I'm probably going to retire early one day, Mike Florio took to ProFootballTalk.com and destroyed the Cowboys again. Here are some portions on waiting out the Micah deal. If and when Parsons has to hold out a training camp to get the contract the Cowboys should have given him a year ago if they weren't dragging their feet with Lamb and Prescott, and arguably Micah deserves $50 million per year, waiting will not make the number any smaller. Parsons will be less prepared than he could and should have been for the regular season, but the Cowboys keep doing the same thing over and over and over. And while more and more fans are seeing through it, and I wonder who this is fired at. I might have to text this to Mike. There's still the stray media moron or two who can't or won't understand it. And no, we can't tell whether they're stupid or simply angling for access or maybe even a job with DallasCowboys.com. Why can't the Cowboys get back to the NFC Championship? There are many reasons for it. One is that management is cheap, short-sighted, and not nearly as smart as it thinks it is when the time comes to negotiate these contracts. There's nothing the fans can do about it. They're stuck with the decisions made by ownership because they're stuck with the ownership that's currently in place. Meanwhile, teams with owners who understand the value of moving quickly to reward core players like the Eagles will keep thriving, while the Cowboys and a few stray media apologists are left to wonder why the Cowboys are experiencing the drought.
Ooh.
Yeah,
harsh. Who does he hate? There's somebody's not that has upset Mike Florio somehow.
I'll text him right now.
Because here's the thing, it's like, well, we it's when you get guys who are billionaires, right? You have these legendary businessmen. It's very hard to question what they do when it comes to money. Now, they're not all great in all aspects of it. Like, you know, just because you're a billionaire doesn't mean you could speak intelligently on other subjects, but I think you generally can speak intelligently on, like, from Jerry's perspective, negotiations.
Yeah.
The art of the deal, all that crap. So it's very hard for anybody who's not in that to question their money and their philosophies around that. It does appear, though, that 31 other billionaires completely disagree with the Cowboys. Completely disagree. And that is like, okay, what are they doing wrong?
I understand the perspective of we want to try to see if we can salvage anything. I understand the drive to say, I want to try to negotiate this. I want to see if we can win anything in this negotiation. But there's also got to win out the idea of just pay as early as you can, and you'll get the number that you're hoping to settle on in a year. Like, go ahead and just address it now. There was an article over on NFL.com the other day where they had done the all-paid team, and they broke down, like, here are the highest-paid players at each position, and turned it into, like, a whole starting lineup. When Dallas pays Micah, they will be the only team on that list, like the only team in that article that has 3 players on the list, where they'll have paid CeeDee as one of the 3 highest-paid receivers, Dak as the highest-paid quarterback, and Micah as the highest-paid edge rusher. And it's so much money that's devoted to those guys. How many different players right now on the Cowboys roster do you think have cap hits that are over $10 million this year?
6.
4. Because they can't have many more players with that over it because of how big those figures are. And specifically with Micah's full cap hit being the full guaranteed 24 on that 5th-year option.
I'm gonna wonder if this is an Arkansas thing, and we'll know this if Denver starts doing the same thing. I had a friend who had like their products in Walmart's and a lot of other stores. Every other store paid, like when they got the shipment, they paid them almost immediately. And Walmart's deal at the time was like 90 days, and they always got paid on the 90th day. They just wait. It's like, you'll get your money when we want you to get your money. And I wonder if Jerry and the Walmart's, Arkansas, I wonder this is an Arkansas business. You're going to get your money on the very last day we have to give you your money.
They genuinely, it is like economics. Like they view it as prices are always going up, so paying it as early as possible. Just if you delay it, you're paying them at the lower rate for a longer time. That really is a philosophy I think they do approach with some of these guys.